Imagine you're a flight attendant and you're flying your regular route, and all of a sudden, your boss at American Airlines comes in the cabin and he says, "You're going to be flying the plane for a little bit now." Do you think they'd feel like their life was in good hands? And you, as a flight attendant, would you feel qualified and capable of flying an airplane with no prior experience? Well, that is exactly what's going on across the tech industry lately. I just reported a couple days ago that Satya Nadella was forcing his employees to use their gimped AI model, Copilot. It's an inferior model. It's a waste of time. And now, not only has the company completely pivoted and said, actually, you should be using Claude Code, it's not enough that the engineers are using it. If you are a non-technical employee, i.e. a designer, a project manager, you should also be using Claude Code to design prototypes and commit code. This is part of a broader push by our tech overlords to make sure everybody is using AI. And what is the driving motivator behind this? I've told you before, I saw a major Fortune 500 bank lose a crap ton of money on AI spend for not a lot of return value. So now this gambit is starting to ratchet up in intensity. If you're an executive at one of these Fortune 500 companies, you made this huge bet on AI. AI is going to allow us to lay off a bunch of workers. We'll keep our product quality. We'll keep churning out features. They're seeing that that is not exactly happening. You still need engineers to pilot the AI because it turned out engineering wasn't really about writing code all along. It was about engineering. So now, since they've spent the money, they're just trying to squeeze the juice out of this thing, and now everybody has to use it. Doesn't matter if you're a project manager, product manager, designer. That's the narrative. You must be using AI in your work. It is a force multiplier. If you question it, you are incorrect. Duolingo, getting rid of contractors for work that AI could handle, and openly including AI as part of their performance reviews, which we have reports to this channel from sources at Amazon and Google that they are not using AI in performance reviews yet, but they are tracking it. And it seems likely that they will overtly roll this out as part of the performance review cycle in the near future, potentially in 2026. I worked at Shopify. Toby Lutke, the CEO, there used to be an internal term for when you would have these sweeping mandates come down from on high all of a sudden. It would be called a Toby Tornado. I remember one time I was there stopping producing the x86 Macintosh computers. They were still kind of producing those, as well as the new M series chip. Toby got his hands on, I think, a MacBook Air with some M series chip in it. And he said, you know what? That's it. Employees get to keep their x86 computers, but they're going to get new M-chip computers because these are awesome. And it was sweet because I got to keep a free computer. I'd only started like a month ago. So I was able to keep this really spec'd out MacBook Pro with the other processor architecture. But I'm sure the finance team wasn't happy. And it looks like he's at it again. He said in an April 7th memo to staff that tech would be a part of prototyping, performance, peer review questionnaires, and teams would have to demonstrate why AI couldn't do the job before requesting new hires. He concluded with a quote, "We're all in on this." This stuff is helpful sometimes, but we have the MIT study saying that in most use cases, it does not improve productivity. I mean, I'm using it for a bunch of stuff. I'm getting a lot of good uses out of it, but there's just as many things that this tool is just being wedged into in the tech world that just doesn't make sense at all or isn't accelerating things. It's just causing people to fail faster and come up with more harebrained ideas. I want to hear about your experience if you're working in tech. Leave it in the comments below. Are they forcing you to use AI? Are you using AI and loving it? You think it's the next big technological revolution? I want to hear about it in the comments.